Hello and welcome back to EPIC46, powered by Intel. It is once again I, Exo Lightning.
I look more like a goat than a devil, I think, if I do this. Yeah, and I'm Bollard. Glad to be back on stream with you, Exo, with another awesome series. We are here with the upper bracket final. And, shock and behold, it's Seed 1 versus Seed 2.
What?
Who could have guessed we would get that? We've got Zain versus Highdra. I will say, Raza had Highdra on the ropes in the previous series.
That was actually an intense time. I mean, Raza also took a game off Zain when they played their set yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's like Raza's been really like keeping these Protosses honest. You know?
A Raza Zain rematch would have been really interesting, especially in a longer series. We still could get it. Raza's not out yet. He's just dropped down to the lower bracket. And in fact, we're going to take a look at the bracket now, I think. So hopefully we can get that on screen and we can talk to you about what's been going on in Code S here at EPIC46 with Intel. So as you can see, we're going to be casting Zain vs Highdra there at the top. The winner will go through into that grand final with a one-map advantage. Very important, isn't it? Because that's a best of 7.
Yes. So it's a best of 7 for the player who's losing. It's almost like a best of 5 for the...
Exactly.
They have to win 3 games.
Yeah, so the player coming through the upper bracket only has to win 3 to win the whole event. Lower bracket needs to win 4. So very interesting. So yeah, let's take a look at that lower bracket in a bit more detail. We had Dane versus Molten, best of 3s here in the lower bracket just for expedience sake, and Molten did take that against Dane.
Respect.
That was a rematch again of a match we had yesterday, and it ended with the exact same score.
Oh wow, yeah.
Funny story that. On the other side, we had AC versus Zion. AC clutching that one out in the end. Zion went 1-0 up, I think.
I don't know how the order of that went, but I do want to give a shout out to Zion. He's been playing very well.
Yeah.
Very, very nice guy. And like I say, he's only turned up to second 2. This is his second Epic LAN, I think.
Really? Really well.
Yeah, and in his first LAN, and he did better, funny enough. But he is a really good player. It was kind of unfortunate. He got the bracket ruiner that is AC to take him out.
I'm just going to... production, are the scores correct on the lower bracket? Because there's something on there that is scaring me when I look at it.
Yeah, is that the Wiseman?
Is the Raza Molten score correct?
I think, and the Wiseman AC one. I think they're both.
Wiseman AC is the wrong way round.
Yeah.
AC 1-2-0 against Wiseman.
Yes,
so I think
they're backwards.
That's been put in incorrectly. I don't know about the Raza Molten score. I believe that series hasn't been played yet because Molten's watching... Football, and I would have also expected Raza to win that series quite comfortably.
Yeah, I would also.
So I'm very surprised if that's true. So don't put any stock in those. But basically, what we're going to be seeing on stream is Zain Highdra now, and then we'll be dropping down to see the winner of Raza Molten play AC in the lower bracket, and then we'll have the consolidation match where the loser of Zain Highdra will play against the winner of that match. So a lot more Starcraft.
Yeah, a lot
3 more series coming on this stream.
Still got a lot to go, and we're going to get into it. I think. Okay, so game 1 of this series is going to be on ley lines.
And that we've seen quite a lot. Seems to be quite popular with the players, doesn't it? Throughout all the group stage and the knockouts. And this one's going to be a PvP.
Yes.
Which is why we're both here as Protoss players ourselves.
Yes. You're a Protoss player?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Don't worry.
I was about to backhand you. You and your smug little devil horns. I told you you're
evil Exo is here.
Evil Exo era has begun. Watch out, kids. Okay, let's stop that line of questioning before we go too far.
Alrighty, we are just waiting for players to be ready.
And yeah, then we'll get on in. Another best of 5. This is going to be really interesting to see. Number 1 seed versus number 2 seed. This could very well be a preview of what we're going to be looking at in the grand final. And it sets the tone, certainly. It wouldn't be the first time someone's won from the lower bracket. Just got a confirmation from production that Raza vs Molten hasn't been played yet and is 0-0 at the moment, but it looks like, according to the tournament system I'm looking at in front of me, Wiseman did lose to AC 2-0.
That wouldn't surprise me. You know, Wiseman's had an incredible run, and wasn't that that's a rematch of a game played earlier today, Wiseman AC?
Oh, is it? Yeah, we've had a lot of rematches actually in that lower bracket, especially.
Yes, so good stuff. But we are loading into game number 1 of Highdra versus Zain in this best of 5, not 5-0 series.
5-0, Zain cracking out there with an early lead.
That would be an
pretty unfair advantage in a best of 5, I think.
But he is the blue player spawning in the bottom left. Yeah, he doesn't need an unfair advantage because he is Zain.
You know what I saw? Just before we introduce Highdra. Actually, no, let's introduce Highdra. I don't want to be unfair to him. Up here in the top right-hand corner, in the red trunks with the funky old school Protoss skin, he is Highdra. No, so what I was going to say
Well,
was,
you know it, yeah.
who did I see upstairs not too long ago? T-Ball.
Oh, yes, yeah.
T-Ball was here chatting to Zain before this series. T-Ball, another strong Protoss player with
Yeah.
a lot of heritage at Epic Land. Scored a 3rd place, I think, in his first ever attendance. I think it was
Something
in
like that, yeah.
in an Epic Land where Razoriski was the final, as always.
Yeah.
But T-Ball did manage to secure a 3rd place there, which is really cool. And yeah, T-Ball's a very, very strong Protoss player himself. Has played in OCE along with Zain and Raza from time to time. And I think Zain and T-Ball Hasib do talk a lot about strategy. Interestingly, though, I asked Hasib if he was coaching Zain, and he said, no, I was coaching Raza and told him to pull the boys in every game, and that's why he lost. So
well, yeah, maybe so.
Well, we'll see if his coaching comes in any more helpful for Zain in this PvP.
Yeah, I mean, Hasib is a Protoss player. Ooh.
The shadows are wild in on this side of the map. Let's move away from that.
Let's move away from that,
Yeah,
yeah.
we don't want to look at that anymore.
I do want to see where he's going to go and place what I assume is going to be a pylon, but we'll look into that in a moment. Highdra comes in, sees a fairly normal sort of wall. This is a little unusual. I wouldn't do it like this way, but
it's very tight. Can you even get you can get an immortal through that?
Yeah. This is a one gap.
One gap.
Yeah, sort of thing. Yeah. It's weird to have the pylon exposed like this.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do it because there's an anti-cannon rush sort of thing.
Okay.
That's normally the reason why you these odd things.
The proxy tech of choice has been chosen for Zain. It's going to be a Robo.
Yes. Meanwhile, Highdra has not committed to anything yet. Now it's going to be a defensive Robo, but this is a fairly just sort of standard sort of thing. Though Robo is probably the least common of the tech choices in PvP. I find. I'm a big fan of going Robo first in PvP, like defensively, like 2-gate, Robo expand, sort of like defensively. But oftentimes in Twilight Council, Stargate, that is the more popular sort of decision. Highdra has actually gone to the top left of the base.
Is it really a PvP without both players proxying tech somewhere on the map?
I love it when they proxy them right next to each other, but just out of vision.
Don't realise.
So good. That
yeah. It wouldn't be.
Hydra's being very diligent with the scouting. He's scouted
He's
all
scared.
the top side.
He's going to find it. There's units going down to the bottom right. Both the Stalkers have found this and may even cancel the Immortal.
He's going to let it
He doesn't know how soon the Immortal's going to be done.
Yeah, fair.
He's too scared that the Immortal's going to pop out and just wallop both of his Stalkers, which is a reasonable expectation.
Yeah, meanwhile, he rescouts the natural and the probe dies.
So there's going to be a timing here where Zain has an Immortal and Highdra doesn't. Highdra does have extra Stalkers, I believe. 4, to Zain's 2. So it'll be interesting to see how this one pans out. Warp Prism is the next tech choice for Zain. Oh, sorry, that's Zain.
Yeah, I was going to say Zain.
I got it the wrong way around. My bad.
Okay, well, this Immortal did get out, so now this is actually a pretty scary push.
On the map.
Yeah, that was from. I saw one of them. I didn't see the other one. Yeah.
And here we go.
But
the Immortal just about to pop from Highdra. It's going to be interesting to see whether Zain can safely get up the ramp or if he's just going to contain him for the time being.
Well, with a sentry, it's very hard to get up the ramp safely, let me tell you. Yeah, but that's why the Warp Prism is such an important tool that will be coming. There, I'm going to say, yeah, it's already out, right? I hope so.
Right, this should be the moment of truth. Zain going to use this to get high vision up into the base and shoot onto that gateway.
A lot of damage, and this is a lot of pressure actually putting on here because Highdra does not have enough production, or they have matched production at the moment. So any production lost means that Zain will eventually just have way more units.
Yeah, exactly. That's spot on. And obviously Zain can do fast warp-ins at the front now with the Warp Prism. Needs to keep it alive. It is the most important unit in his army.
Oh, nice force field.
Gets his own force field off to trap his opponent's sentry. Very nice.
Is he supply blocked? No, sorry. That's just because it looked like it was taking so long.
Maybe it was blocked for a second. He's about to be supply blocked, but he has a pylon on the way.
Maybe. Okay, doesn't know how to finish. Now, Highdra, knowing that the best defense is offense, decides to leave his main less attended.
And it looks like Zain isn't going to continue committing to this attack. He's opting to expand behind this. So it'll be interesting to see what Hydra's drop gets done, or whilst he's moved his units out, whether Zain can get any damage of himself.
Yeah, and again, these players might end up having to play each other later, so it's interesting to see how much they will be willing to show here.
So the drop is actually going to try and snipe.
Good recall.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, while that gets out, we do have the drop in the main going up, depowering the Robo.
And getting out alive with both Immortals, very important. They're expensive, important units in this early phase of the game. You can't afford to let them die.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we are going to get the proxy is going to be finally unpowered.
And Zain's going to tech out of this into Stargate instead, not choosing to rebuild the Robo.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He's already got quite a bit of value out of the Robo, especially if he can keep this alive. and the Stargate might end up being a more stronger option, especially if Highdra stays on the Robotech. Is he going to chase this Prism down? No, he can't really. Not any further than that. The Robo is actually still alive, he managed to do it, but it's unlikely it's going to be repowered this game.
We'll wait and see. You never know. And Zain is building our friend and savior, the Void Ray.
Yeah, I love it because he's scoured. He's seen that this is still one base from Highdra, and now he's like, okay, all I need to do is build things that deal with this army. And Void Rays deal with this army quite well, actually.
Yep, that is absolutely true.
So he's still posing with this War Prism as well, just to try and be a threat, just to try and keep Highdra busy and honest. I don't know if he's seen that the rest of the army has moved out. He's kind of still posturing around here, but the rest of the army is now approaching the natural.
Will he have a recall to call? Well, I guess the Warp Prism's pretty quick. You probably don't need it.
Yeah, he's actually got quite a decent army here, especially with this many sentries.
He's got so many shield batteries as well. It should be a pretty comfortable hold if Highdra does choose to push across the map. Zain still being annoying with the dropped Immortals, getting another pylon, was that?
That was a pylon indeed, yes. And now, again, posturing right outside the natural here. Force fields ready. Force fields aggressively used by Highdra. Plans to split up that army, now used defensively. The War Prism comes in to lift and micro the units back, but Zain has got all the shield battery and all the time. No other harassment now going on the map. Everybody is just focused on this fight right here.
Yeah, that was a lot of force field energy used by both of the players. Good defensive force fields from Zain. As you said, the shield batteries are going to be key in holding this, and it seems for the time being to be pretty much a stalemate.
Yes, but however, the Immortals for Highdra are staying alive and are starting to chunk away at this army. The first Void Ray is out, and that could be huge here. It needs to stay alive, but if it stays alive, then everything else will die.
There's not that much that can shoot up. There's only 3 Stalkers. The sentries are all dying. The Void Ray is still somehow alive, and Zain's Warp Prism has come back with the 2 Immortals.
And I think this is it for the Immortal is being... Void Ray was being focused for a second there, but it doesn't die. Highdra realizes he has to back off. He does still have the Immortal count to do this. It's just about whether he can get on top of that Void Ray before the shield batteries save it.
Exactly. He's warping in only Stalkers at this point. He knows the Void Ray threat is going to be real. A second Void Ray has popped, I think, or is about to pop if it hasn't done so already. Yeah, we'll be here in just a second, and Zain's really going to need that to hold this push.
Yeah, nice hold position here. Doesn't let his army all run in. However, he does need to engage, so he lets it all run forward. Holding that more.
He's out of energy. The shield batteries are done. He's going to have to pull the boys.
Pull the girls.
Sorry, the girls.
As Todd would say. And he does, but all he needs to do to survive here is this is 1 base Highdra versus 2 base Zain. And I think he's done it.
If he had got that second Immortal, it would have been so sweet, because every single one of those you can kill. Highdra doesn't have the money to keep rebuilding Immortals. He is building 1 more, but that's the only thing he's able to produce. Zain getting 2 more gateways as well to hold this. He's got that second base. His economy's just looking Gucci.
It is looking Gucci as once again now both Void Rays are out in here. And it's getting a slimmer and slimmer window for Highdra to be able to win this game. Obviously, he doesn't want to leave early. He needs to commit and try and make something happen one more time.
Once
go
more
for the victory.
Onto the breach. He comes pushing in. Force field's going down, not doing too much. The sentry energy is so low at this point.
Overcharge, and that sentry gives it 1 more force field. It used to be 2. He pulled the girls!
All of the girls are here.
And going across the map. Beautiful force field once again by Zain. Able to help keep a defensive thing out. The mineral walkthrough gets us around, but there's nothing to stop the Void Rays, and that is going to be a GG for game number 1.
Well played there from Zain. He's, you know, managed to contain Highdra for long enough where really Highdra felt the only option he had was to all in off of 1 base.
Yeah.
Good decision of tech, good proxy, and it seemed to work out.
And it is one of those things where it's like those sort of games, they feel so awkward because you're both kind of committed to this 2-gate robo sort of stuff, but then suddenly Zain had an expansion.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, now what do I do, you know?
Yeah, being able to expand behind the pressure is really useful, as we saw there. It was always going to be a risk whether he could hold it, but he had the right number of shield batteries. Yeah. Exactly what he needed, got the Warp Prism back in time to drop off the extra Immortals, and the Void Ray tech switch did everything it needed to do, because Highdra didn't have enough stuff that shot up.
That is pretty unfortunate, and we're going to see Highdra already saying ready before I'd even asked. Incredible. We're just going to wait on Zain, make sure he is good and ready for the match. Sometimes the AA.
Yes, he needs to do the game privacy, and then Zain will be happy to go.
Alrighty then. Well, we'll see what these players both have in store for each other next. Zain already starting off with kind of aggressive with a proxy.
Yep.
Which is not that uncommon in PvP.
It's not really cheese in PvP though, is it?
No, no, exactly.
It's kind of
no,
just
it's normal.
We'll see if it happens again. I wouldn't be surprised if Highdra did it this game, for example.
Yes, yes, it is absolutely possible for that to happen.
But yeah, we're into the second map, which is Tokamak. Ellie, would you like to introduce our players, please, Exo?
Yes, winning that last game and spawning in the top right as the Blue Protoss, representing. Well, he's kind of he's an honorary.
He represents himself.
Yeah.
He's
Representing Zain, it is Zain. He's an honorary.
He's an honorary
RD.
every boy.
Yeah, he is. He was the honorary Doe for a while, wasn't he?
I'm pretty sure there was a LAN where he just turned up and set his clan tag to Raza.
Yes,
I believe
yes,
that was
that would not surprise
that
me.
was one of his choices. However, on the other side of the map, who does Highdra play for?
I have no idea.
Playing to win in the red trunks, he is Highdra.
That's a good question. Who does Highdra?
We'll do some research. We'll come back to you on that one.
That's something we should know for grand finals.
Exactly. Well, assuming he can win this, or if he doesn't, assuming he can win the lower bracket final.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep an eye on how those series go. And we'll try and give you an update at the end of this one. But there's potentially 4 more games of PvP action here in this upper bracket final. Zain 1-0 up, of course, looking to secure that map advantage in the grand final on the stage. That'll be happening again tonight on twitch.tv/epiclan at 9 PM. It's on both, actually.
Oh, it's on both.
It's on the main stream on twitch.tv/epiclan. It'll also be here on twitch.tv/epiclan3. But most importantly, we've got the big stage.
Yeah.
Everyone who's at EpicLAN, which is a fantastic thing, you should all come down to EpicLAN at some time, can watch in the crowd, cheer the players on, don't cheer us on, we're rubbish. But cheer the players on, give them your energy, and it'd be great to see more people here at EpicLAN in the future.
And right now, Zain is like, you killed my brother, you must die. As he is fighting.
That's true. It was a super tight one. Raza could have taken it. I think Raza is... Apparently we're dropping frames. I don't know if that's something production could look at.
I did notice the frame rate at points was not looking so great. Now it feels alright.
No, like internet.
Oh, on the right, yeah.
Would be just good to double check the bitrate is okay, because chat is saying we're getting a bit of lag on the stream, so it'd be nice to see if we can figure that one out.
Once again, Zain does go for a proxy. Well, it's a proxy pylon, but this is a kind of fake proxy. A lot of Protossers do this. They will put the pylon out somewhere on the map, but it's not actually a threat. It is just to make the opponent have to think about it.
Yep, because they'll come into your base and see you've got a missing pylon and go, well, what's happening here?
And spend this APM and time, like, going all around the map and trying to find it.
Yeah, exactly.
And he might find it again to see where these stalkers are tracked to. Obviously, because there's no actual building sticking out this time, it might be that they just barely miss it. Because you don't actually need to check super deep into the corner.
Yeah, they're not going to go over there. They checked the base and nearly went back, but I think for the time being they will skiddle on by.
Skiddle on by.
Skedaddle.
Okay, well we have a fast Warp Prism coming out here for Highdra, where the Robozone just started for Zain.
Yeah, Zain chose to expand
I would
first.
say mainly because of the expansion.
So Zain feeling confident, feeling like he can macro up in this one. Ooh, and there's already a push coming from Highdra.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure. Nice force field. He's going to trap and kill one Stalker for free. Getting shield barrier energy. If he had another force field, he could trap them in here, and that'd be fantastic. But he doesn't quite have the energy for it.
Thing to know for all of our viewers watching at home, Zain is the Sentry Master. He loves that unit, so
yes,
not surprising at all here to see him using 3 of them to great effect to trap one of those Stalkers and get a free kill.
Yes, famously, will beat you with Sentry only is a Zain staple. Yeah.
Immortals are coming out. Highdra has one, and Zain is slowly working towards his first one. But the Warp Prism is now here, as we said.
Yeah, and this is actually a really nice sort of position. He didn't have a sentry, so he wasn't able to force field the ramp.
Yeah.
And again, yeah, Zain's holding this beautifully. Just like coming out, Immortal pops out.
Every single time, he's really happy with these 3 sentries, just using them to trap one Stalker at a time and pick them off easily.
Now there are 2 higher energy sentries here, and he's whooping in another. So again, Highdra is like, hey, you're not the Sentry Master. I can do it just like you. And let's see if he can.
Hydra's strategy is going to be a bit different, looking to force field the ramp potentially, as well as the army.
Yeah, he doesn't quite have enough DPS to pull down this Immortal. The Immortal does scoot back, so not everything can hit her. And it actually looks like Zain is taking a very decisive fight here.
But the Immortal of Highdra has finally waddled across the
Oh.
map. Sniping Zain's Immortal is going to be absolutely huge. Zain on the ropes here. This is looking really dire. He's pulling the girls.
Pulling the girls again. Though he does target down the War Prism. The War Prism does stop the thing. And now a second Immortal comes down, actually. And now taking out the Immortal. And he's held, and that's it.
He's held. He's actually done it. Unbelievable hold there from Zain. It looked dangerous, but pulling the girls was exactly what he needed to do. Didn't even drop below Highdra in workers, even after having to pull all of them from his natural. Had the eco advantage, had the army advantage, and won game number 2.
Okay, well, very decisive gameplay here from Zain. I mean, and well, Hydra's playing decisively as well, but like Zain is just very sharp today. He's like absolutely on it.
Yeah, and he's shown 2 different approaches. You know, proxying in the first game, not faking it in the second game,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not actually using it, and just playing macro and holding the all-in pretty comfortably.
Wild stuff here. This is the kind of high level we expect. And PvP is a very sharp matchup, so
yes,
it can be easy to like fall behind or die. And then
it can be volatile. It can be volatile.
Yeah.
Not as volatile as DBZ, of course, with Bling Bling, explosions and missed
Yes,
micros.
yeah.
But even still, you know, PvP can be decided in a matter of moments, decided based on tech choices, and you really have to be a solid all-round player, I think, to excel at PvP.
Yeah, interesting that Highdra went so aggressive that game. Clearly he thinks that that's something that can work against Zain. But he might need to take it a bit slower, let Zain kind of give Zain enough kind of rope, as it were.
To hang himself with.
Yeah, I realized it was a bit dark how I was saying that.
No, I think you're right. I think if I'm Highdra, I want the game to go long. It didn't work. Short games not working out for me. This game, got to hope that Zain is willing to macro up again and try to play him at his own game.
Yeah, exactly. I think that might be the strategy here. Or he has to have those 2 games to have figured out Zain's weakness in this and goes, all right, I'm going to go harder on it, but this time it'll work.
Stargate. It's the only thing Highdra hasn't tried.
True, actually, yeah.
Could see a proxy Stargate. Well, we'll have to wait and see how this game develops. We're in the early phases here, so why don't you take us away with the player introductions?
Alrighty, well, spawning as the blue Protoss in the bottom right of Maganathan, it is Zain.
I'm glad you had to say the map name and I did not, because up here in the top left-hand corner, currently down 0-2, fighting to stay in the upper bracket, he is Highdra.
Lovely. Alrighty, well, again, so far we see mirrored build, the second game starting for both of them. So, absolute cinema of mirrored builds here. Once again, Zain has gone for this wall. I should ask him about this, about why it's done like this. But we'll have to wait and see.
So this looks like a proxy probe to me. We'll have to see if it commits to the pylon. And if so, what the tech will be. This one's not, you know, trying to proxy to be close to your opponent. It's just proxying so they have to try and figure out where you stuck it.
Yeah. I wonder if this will be a Stargate. Given the
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that would make the most sense.
If you're putting it that far away, it's unlikely to be a robo, because unless you're going to warp prism everything over there, it's going to look way too far to walk.
Yes.
The other option is it's another fake just to confuse your opponent, as we said in the previous game.
Zain actually has his second pylon in base, so, you know.
Zain's done the same wall in again. I think the one that you mentioned in the first game with the pylon up front.
I actually need to ask him why he
intentional.
does that. Yeah, it's absolutely intentional. I just don't know the exact logic behind it. It just looks very janky, you know.
Yeah, it does look awkward. Opting to get a sentry like immediately again, because they clearly were so integral to his hold in the previous game.
Absolutely, and as you can see, both players looking like to take a low ground expansion this time, so we might get more of a macro game.
Yeah, this kind of tracks with what I was thinking. As Highdra, you've seen 2 short games not go your way, so it's time to try a long game, I guess, and see how you fare in the macro.
And he does see that sentry pop out there, which is kind of nice for him. Shows there's not too much cheeky stuff going on. The gas is being spent on, you know, like a sentry and not random tech that's on the middle of the map.
Did Zain scout?
Did he scout at all?
No, he is only scouting now.
Yeah, this is the first end out.
That's one of the other good things of getting the sentry early, is you can use the hallucinated Phoenix to scout, but it was risky, obviously, to not look at all in case there was actual proxy tech outside his base.
Yeah, absolutely.
Clearly confident he could hold regardless, though.
And as Highdra, you must be like, oh, I fake proxy the pylon, just
for no reason.
Just so you'd be confused, and then you didn't look. And now it's too late.
Yeah. So Highdra is getting that robo, but at home.
Yeah.
And not going to go Stargate as of yet, but we may see that later on. Zain, on the other hand, looking to get a Templar, Twilight Council.
Twilight Council, yeah. Zane's Blink will be much further ahead of Hydra's, and the more mid-game focused PvPs generally do revolve around Blink Stalkers in my experience.
Yes, and Zain is very comfortable massing Blink Stalkers. I mean, at Epic LAN, historically, we've seen Zain in high-pressure matches go for large numbers of Stalkers, even into the mid-game, where they kind of, expect higher tech units to be on the field. Zain will just keep committing to Stalker, because his control's pretty good, and he obviously feels confident with the unit.
Yes, yes. And again, we see him a lot in like PvZ as well. He's very willing to make that.
Yeah, we've seen it in previous Zain versus Risky matches, where he'll be all in on Blink Stalkers well beyond the 10+ minute of the match.
Okay. 2 base, a Glaive Immortal. This is really strong. I struggle to deal with this. I assume we're going to be seeing any Immortals pop out.
Is this an all-in?
Yeah. This is really strong. So, typically speaking, when you see your opponent go Robo and go Immortal heavy, you just build charge lots.
Yeah.
Glaive Adepts, good versus charge lots.
Yeah.
So this is one of those quite strong timings. And this is like a very...
How are they against Blink Stalkers?
Yes, very good, because they're Immortals, and...
Yeah, true.
Adepts like... It's like Adepts and Marauders, right? They don't really damage each other very much. It's kind of like that with Adepts and Stalkers. So yeah, this kind of stuff can be really strong. And again, he's actually being aggressive with the first 2 Adepts. Kind of just seeing what he's going to get done, but he's unlikely to commit because he doesn't want to lose the Adepts.
No, you need the numbers, right? You need them to build up.
Hydra trying to send a Prism in here, but
drops.
Yeah, but it got like shooed away here. Don't think it got anything done. No, we only have the...
he lost a sentry? He maybe had 3 sentries in at the start.
Maybe, actually,
Because I don't think there's been any other skirmishes on
No, it's been fairly quiet. One Adept did get caught trying to escape as well, so he's lost 1 Adept. So not the biggest thing here, but wait, is he going to see this? Oh, he does. Lucky Scout. But not so lucky
Not
Scout.
so lucky Scout anymore. Those sentries are forfeit. And Zain is going for a push of his own, a timing with these Blink Stalkers. Maybe too late, though, because Glaive's finished.
A little bit. However, this is a scary force, and if there's only 1 Immortal... Okay, no, 2 Immortals and a Shield Barrier. Okay, no, this is great.
How many gateways does each player have? What are we looking at here?
A good thing. 3 to 6.
3 to 6. Zain is behind. This is an interesting idea to be pushing with just 3 gateways, no?
Yeah, that is a little unusual. This gate, the proxy gate might just be finishing up to make it 4. But now the main force moves out, and this is a little bit scary for Zain.
Yep.
Like, because he's trying to get the 3rd up and running, but that 3rd has got a long way to go before it pays for itself. Meanwhile, this very more expensive army of Stalkers, because Stalkers are quite expensive, doesn't actually trade very well into this. So as long as the Prism stays alive, and that should be the first thing he goes to focus for, even a Blink forward there,
aggressive Blink will be really risky though into
it would have been so risky. Yeah.
And there's a 3rd Immortal now as well. This is really scary for Zain because focusing down those Immortals is going to be so expensive. It's going to need incredible Blink Micro to hold. How many shield batteries does he even have?
Not enough, I worry.
Good force fields though, but he's now basically out of energy on the sentries. Only 1 with force field energy left.
Exactly, and now you have to give up the 3rd. There's nothing you can do for this here. It does look like Zain might be trying to do something with this warp-ins around here. Yeah, there we go. 2 Adepts coming in. Being very annoying. Trying to just put any pressure back onto the side of the map for Highdra, as he is still sharking around outside the natural with this thing. Looks like he's going to go in and commit. Force fields could be huge here, and they are. None of the Immortals are shooting. A few Adepts do go down, but the Wall Prism is there to do a dirty blink on them.
Once again, Zain's force field zoning out just a small group of units that he can easily pick off while taking no damage in return. Really, really nice. And on the other side, he's done more economic damage. He was already 10 workers ahead. He's now 15 workers ahead of his opponent. Economically, he's in a great place. He's hiding a Nexus.
That is incredible.
This is
and
classic Zain.
So the real hard counter to this is actually Disruptors. This is actually one of those situations where all the Adepts die to one Disruptor.
They just they just go away.
Absolutely die. And even Immortals aren't that great versus Disruptors because they're kind of slow. And even though they take a few shots, I think they only take 2 shots at the minute.
Yeah, and Highdra is trying to economic his way out of this. He's taking the expansion. He's given up on the push. Realized it's not going to be possible to break into that 2nd base. He thinks he's denied the 3rd. He doesn't realize that Zain is getting one of his own.
And you must be thinking as Hydra, like, God, what have I got to do aggressively to make this guy fold? because I keep attacking him at good times and it's just not working. And now Zain just walks up and gets into a fantastic
the force
position.
fields! Force fielded him out of his own base. He's going to go straight in the natural. He's going to kill the upgrades. He's going to kill loads of stuff potentially. Kind of just holding position for now, not really wanting to commit.
Yeah, giving himself the option to get out. Again, in a straight up fight, his army does do worse. So he has to work very hard in order to make sure that things do not die there. In the meantime, we have
a drop in the main briefly happened. 6 SCVs, sorry, 3 probes for Zain went down. It wasn't too effective in the end for Highdra.
Okay, well now the Adepts are chasing. Oh, he either misclicked or he didn't. Yeah, no, probably got
Misclicked,
distracted. Yeah. Wanted that to get on top of the Stalkers, and now Zain makes actually a very nice move getting out.
Yeah.
Already has one disruptor.
He's got the disruptors hidden at home. He's going to have 2 in just a moment, and they are going to be a big ball of surprises for Highdra, slapping him in the face in any moment. There comes the first disruptor. Bang! 2 or 3 Adepts gone already.
Oh, okay, good pick up there, but one still does go down. Still a little bit of an awkward fight. Again, Stalkers do not fight very well straight up. Good force fields once again, zoning out Highdra. And he doesn't actually know about this base, but meanwhile we have a counterattack on the other side.
Zain is being very annoying with these Adept run-bys. I don't know if they're in a warp prism or they're just walking, but they killed like 2 more workers here, 3 more workers there.
Yeah,
just keeping the worker count low for Highdra. Stuck at 30 workers. He cannot get up to 40.
And Highdra might think he's alright because now he's spotted at this base. And this base isn't mine, but he doesn't know about the proxy in the top right.
Yeah, he's like, oh, look, Zain's gone for his 3rd in a different place. I'll just deny that. No problem, I'm ahead. Not the case. He is behind economically, and he just does not realise.
Does not cancel this. A bit of a bold choice.
Maybe he thinks he can hold. There's not that many units there, but I think he knows there's stuff on the right. Oh, the Disruptibles going on to the Immortals. Doesn't fancy it this time.
Accidentally pulled them back at the end there. And now Hydra's like, all right, well, we go then, because you've used all your disruptors.
But the force fields.
He only used 2 out of the 3. Oh, that was a bit close. Bit too close to our own units there, I think.
Zain trying to split his disruptors on the right-hand side so they can get clear shots off and reach their maximum range through the force fields. This is looking like he can hold, but can Highdra find a way through?
Well, Zain is going for a win in an awkward situation. You get the stipulation of DTs.
I was going to say, how are you going to make this rhyme?
Yeah.
I'm glad you tried.
I tried. I definitely
tried so hard. But in the end, the Disruptor kills more Adepts. Zain's army is bigger, is better, you could say, in some ways. The Immortals are obviously super scary still.
Yeah, it's a better army with micro and a good positioning in a fight. But again, right now, the huge concave and the amount of Immortals that are in here just make it way too scary to like actually move out.
At some point, he is going to have to break out there because Highdra is getting a 4th, as you're showing now. That is going to start swinging back in Hydra's favour. He's equaled the worker supply, but here are the Cloaky boys, the invisible knights themselves in Hydra's base, wrecking his mineral lines.
And again, Highdra probably isn't suspicious of this because he thinks his opponent's on 2 bases. It's like, you can't afford anything.
You can't afford DTs as well. Where are you getting the gas from?
And this might actually be the moment, if he holds this and like doesn't take critical damage, this might be the moment of where he goes, okay, there is a hidden base out there because he's doing too much damage. However, Zain is pushing out in the meantime and does force the concave to back off. He is now coming back in. Big concave here. Disruptibles are flying out everywhere.
Oh, here come the balls.
He did spurt his whole load here, but he's got loads of force field energy, so he is able to trap this off. Good War Prism micro from Highdra.
I was about to say those DTs didn't get a lot done, but what happened was Zain used them as a distraction. He used them as a chance to push out and break the contain, and then he sent them back in to kill workers whilst Highdra was distracted by the fight. Really nice play there, and it does mean that Zain is going to be able to secure his 4th. He's also going to consider pushing across the map.
Yeah, I like the idea. Again, the Adepts are losing value over time here, so as the time goes on, like Zain's army is getting like better relatively.
Zain's getting bold. He wants to kill Hydra's 3rd. Is he going to be able to do it in time? He's got a lot of Stalkers here, and they can blink out. Force fields trapping all of the probes. They're all going to die.
Oh, Highdra going for a big surround here, as it looks like.
Is it a surround or is he all in?
I don't know. Okay, it's not so much a surround now. As he backs
I think he's scared. He's scared of this army. He can't be scared. He's roughly there with army supply. Not that he can necessarily know that, but his economy is in tatters once again.
Yeah, and he might think this is still scrappy and close because he still doesn't know about that proxy side. A great blink forward, but now the blink is on cooldown.
Oh, the Disruptors hit the Immortals. They completely whiffed all the Stalkers. They would have killed every single one of them if they'd landed the hits.
Okay.
These force fields are vile.
They are vile, indeed.
Absolutely
Zain actually
ruining Hydra's day.
Zain actually morphs in. Okay, yeah, there are the observers. I was going to say Zain actually morphs in DTs to Archons when there was no observer with Hydra's army, but he didn't know that, and the observers are here now, so it was the right call.
Absolutely. Zain
And again,
trying to get a 5th base as well, actually,
yeah,
while this is all going on.
Hydra sharking about, just trying to get any pressure on, but these disruptors are just starting to ache out value. Look at the
cost efficiency for
yeah.
Zain. Nearly 2 to 1 in some capacity. And the Archons are going to be really important in this fight. Big blink forwards, very aggressive. Let's see how Zain's blink micro is now. Doesn't need it. It's just force fielding. That's
well, yes, but there's still a huge backbone of Immortals in this army.
And Immortals are very good against Stalkers. There's almost like half as many Immortals as there are Stalkers at
Yeah,
this point.
exactly.
It's getting out of hand.
And once again, does Zain have anything to do to distract Hydra? Can he pull him back? Can he cause any kind of disruption to make this a fight? Not a fight he has to take, but he might actually have to finally commit. Force field's going down, stopping those Immortals from shooting one more time. And once again, the Stalkers are just chipping away at this army.
This could be the final push of this game, depending on whether Hydra wants to commit. There's a huge ball. Oh, the Stalkers blink out of the way very aggressively.